Alright, everybody, welcome to the Patreon. So, today we're going to be starting our Fear and Hunger series. Now, this is just going to be me solo, but I'm sure I'll be able to convince C to come do a sit in every once in a while. But as of now, let's get started on this bullshit. Now, for those of you who don't know, Fear and Hunger is an RPG, very dark, very psychological horror, and very, very fucking hard. So let's get going. I'm gonna be playing as the knight, because why wouldn't I? Also, go ahead and read the screen. It's not gonna be fun if you stick around and you're not a fan of any of those things, so. That audio seems like it's peaking. Let me turn it down a little bit. Make sure I'm not killing y'all's fucking eardrums. We're just gonna do Fear and Hunger mode, because that shit is hard enough as is, so. You were born with the soul of domination that makes people around you bend to your will. You are a natural leader, but you might often end up blind to self-criticism. If your birth sign wasn't enough to warrant a future of greatness, you were also born into a wealthy, noble family. At an early age, you were sent into training to become a holy knight of Kingdom of Rondon. Training to become a squire was a harsh school that spared no one, no matter if you were from a noble origin or not. A practice sparring match between you and a well-seasoned squire took place at the central training grounds. It is said that a fighter shows their true colors in their first fight. This applied to you too. When you saw the sword coming your way, raised your buckler. Now, it is important to note that I have played this before, but I have not gotten fucking, I would say, maybe an hour into it. And like I said, it is a hard game, so. As time went on, you proved out to be a gifted fighter and a valuable asset to the kingdom. However, the Kingdom of Rondon claimed to follow the will of the god in its pursuits for more power, but all their rewards seemed to fall into the laps of the elite and the nobles sitting comfortably behind the castle walls. Ruthlessly, the kingdom would expand its reign, reducing the feeble citadels to ashes and bloodstains, enslaving the poor womenfolk whilst every man is slain. Only spare a child or two, that its legend may grow. Your devotion was shaken. You were all but ready to retire from the army, but your family insisted. No, they demanded you to stay as a holy knight, or else you'd bring great shame to their noble family. We're gonna... You swallowed your grief and doubt and decided to stay as a holy knight. In the end, you could try to fix things up from the inside, you figured. Your family gave you a gift of 20 silver coins. Just as things seemed too dark, you saw light in the darkness. You met a captain of a small mercenary army who seemed to share the same ill will towards the Kingdom of Rondon as you did. The common folk was starting to gather around the charismatic leader Lagarde, who shared humble origins, similar to farmers and villagers alike. There was definitely something otherworldly in his stature. Lagarde saw potential in you, and with warm words, he almost seduced you to join his band of mercenaries. Thanks to your rigorous discipline, you took a high position in his army and the Knights of the Midnight Sun. Your army was growing fast both in size and influence in the western regions. The Kingdom of Rondon would first use your services to their own benefit, but soon saw you more as a possible threat to their modern reigns. Something changed with Lagarde as well. He kept more to himself and studied ancient texts and occult. He became obsessed with some relics and artifacts that gave you ominous feelings and terrible nightmares. Things would only spiral towards madness even more when Lagard decided to raid the northern capital, Oldgard. Without a warning or negotiations, Lagard killed everyone who stood in the way between him and this mysterious ancient relic. It was this small overblow that was enough of an excuse for the kingdom of Rondon to turn common folk against Lagard and justify his imprisonment. As the troops of the Rondon army marched towards your clearly smaller army, you had to choose which position to take in the oncoming encounter. Spearhead? Because I would like that spear. Alright. The Knights of the Midnight Sun lost the fight. Many of your comrades were slain, but you managed to escape the battlefield. Lagard was taken as a captive and to be used most likely as propaganda. You knew you didn't have much time before he would be sentenced to death, so you had to act fast. Even if it seemed like a suicide mission, you decided to save Lagard from the prisons he was held in. Before leaving for your desperate journey, you decided to stock up on equipment and items. 7 tinderboxes, a quill, and a blue vial. Look at that. Yes, I will be saving. Alright. So, here we are, finally in the game. I will say, fun fact, if you stay out here for like, I think like 2 minutes, you get charged by wolves that just fuck your shit up. So, oh, there they are, there's the barking. So we're just gonna grab as much from these crates as we fucking can and get the fuck inside. Because I do not want to fight these wolves. Alright. So, as you can tell, this is a dark game. And you'll notice, as we go throughout this dungeon, that shit just keeps getting worse and worse for the character. Like, it's just downhill. Oh, so here's a guard. Now, it's combat system. It's pretty nice. You know, you get target whatever part of the body you want. Yeah, cut off arms, whatever. This is the luck mechanic. So, if it says heads or tails, you better pick the right one or perish, basically. So, I'm gonna use one of the 2 lucky coins I have on this shit, because I'm not dying this soon. Alright. Now, if I wanted to do the most damage, I would aim for the head, but it's also harder to hit the head normally. But let's see if we can get it. Oh, hey, look at that. Alright, now, oh, you will also notice every time you play this, you do get a random phobia. So I have necrophobia. That's a torch, I don't know why. But yeah, if we go in here, just optimize my shit real quick. I wanna... There we go. Okay. Alright, so we got a key off him. So let's hope that's useful. Oh, a bear trap. Alright. An explosive vial, fuck yeah. Tobacco, that's always nice. A stick. I think that might be the most useful thing we've found so far. 2 carrots, alright. Dried meat. You know, never go wrong with some beef jerky. A quill. No fucking clue what the quills are for. 3 silver coins. Something else to note about this game is it has a very complex fucking... Maybe I just don't understand it that well, but it has its own, like, system of gods and shit, and, oh, here we are, actually. Here's a ritual circle. So... to appease gods or gain favors from them, this is the place to offer your gratitude. Grogoroth, the destroyer of men, yearns for human sacrifices. Sylvian, the god of fertility and love, wishes nothing more than an act of love in her name. There's another god. I think there's more than 3, but I could be completely wrong about that. Again, it's been a while. Oh yeah, Almir. So, I don't know what the fuck this whole god system is. I need to look it up at some point to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with it, but we're just gonna pray to Groguroth for now. You finish praying. Alright. So we're gonna move on. Try and... oh, fuck me. That scared the shit out of me. Oh, God. Okay. I about screamed like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm not using my other lucky coin. Heads. Come on, heads. Yeah. Alright, so... what this series is gonna be is just gonna be me trying to beat Fear and Hunger. So, this could be a 5-part series, this could be 75 parts, depending on how ass I am at this game. But we keep moving. Fuck me, that's... Jesus Christ. It's also important to know I am a bitch when it comes to horror games, so, you know, expect the smallest things to scare the shit out of me. And I'm... God damn. What the fuck is... oh. I have no idea what's... Someone has written notes here. Death is the answer. Well, I killed his ass, that count? Mock-up book. Alright. I'm just gonna keep pushing this way. I feel like this is the right way. Well, fuck. Oh, nice. We got, you know, dead people. Two carrots. And blueberries. Look at that. An unknown force is keeping the door shut. There doesn't seem to be anything you could do. There are markings on the door that look similar to the text found around Eastern sanctuaries. That's neat. I'm sure there's probably a book somewhere that'll tell me what the fuck those symbols mean and what I need for it, but interesting. Okay. Oh, fuck me. This dude is massive. Oh, goddamn, he hurts. I need to get rid of one of those attacks. Fuck. Ah, goddamn, he hurts bad. I'm using a lucky coin. Fuck this shit. How did I not get a single heads? Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm in the prisons now. And I don't have legs. This is great. I'm just gonna crawl away before this dude beats the shit out of me. God damn. I got my shit fucked up. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna crawl into him. I feel like death is better than this at this point. God damn, I am slow. I get I don't have legs, but shit. Jesus Christ. Alright. Well, that's gonna do it for the first episode, I guess, since I was brutally fucking murdered. We will pick up again next week with, episode 2. Fuck this game. God damn it.